Greetings of the day. It's me Anand, a Goenka learner from grade 9, and today I'm going to tell you something about motion. So what is motion? So a body is said to be in motion if its position changes continuously with respect to a stationary object. Now let's take an example. Suppose a car is moving. So it is moving, so it is in a motion with respect to a stationary object like a house, tree, etc. Let's take some examples. Suppose a man is over here. This is the initial point. It travels this distance and this is the final point. So the distance is 5 meters. So this is the distance. Now what you may be thinking that what is distance? So the distance is the actual length covered by an object. So the distance is that the initial point is over here, final point is over here. So this is the path. So the path is of 5 meters. So the distance is equal to 5 meters. Now let's take some other example. Suppose a man is over here and from point A it travels to point B, which distance is 5 kilometers. Now from point B to point C the distance is 7 kilometers. And from point C to point A the distance is 3 kilometers. And again the final position is A. So the total distance will be the distance is the total path covered. So first 5 kilometers, then this 7 kilometers and 3 kilometers. So the total distance covered will be 15 kilometers. I hope you understand it. Now our next topic is displacement. Now what is displacement? So the shortest distance between the initial point and the final position. Suppose this is the initial distance and this is the final distance. Here is a house and a person is over here who have to go to his house. Instead of going here to here, he choose this way. So the distance will be, suppose this is 500 meter. So the distance covered by him is 500 meter. And as we know that the displacement is the shortest distance covered between the initial and the final position in the given direction. So initial position and final position. So displacement will be this. Now it is, suppose it is 200 meter. So the displacement is 200 meter and the distance covered is 500 meter. There is a point that a distance can't be 0, but a displacement can be 0. Let's prove it. Suppose here is a circular path. This is the final position. An athlete is over here and he started the race and completes the race and again come over here. And the length of the track is 200 meters. So the distance he covered is this path, and as it is given that the length of the path is 200 meters. So the distance is equal to 200 meter. But what about the displacement? Initial position is also here and the final position is also here. So there is no gap. So the displacement is equal to 0 meter. Now let's move on to the next topic. Now next is uniform motion. So the uniform motion is that if any object changes the distance in equal interval of time, like suppose this is the length, the distance between point A to B, suppose the distance from point A to B is 5 meters and same everywhere. Okay, so someone is over here and in 10 seconds he covered, the time is 10 seconds, 5 meters. Now if it will cover take 10 seconds to cover next 5 minutes and so on, so it will be an uniform motion. Now next is non-uniform motion. So non-uniform motion is known as that if the object covers an equal distance in equal interval of time, like again same, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter, 5 meter. Now suppose a person is over here. So to move from point A to point B, it takes 10 seconds. Now from point B to point C, it takes 3 seconds. Next, 12 seconds and so on. So over here, as you can see that the distance is same everywhere, but the time is not same. So it is known as non-uniform motion. That is all for today. See you in the next video. Thank you.